Alright, so it's been about a day or so, a little more than that since I played the last time, so I gotta remember where I was. I know I was exploring the twins. Wake up. Watch the probe get launched again. I was exploring the twins and I found out some cool stuff. The biggest of those things, I think, as far as the story itself goes, is that the Nomai discovered through the White Hole station that causality was being disrupted. They found that people were arriving before they left their target destination. Which is pretty crazy. I think we can all agree is pretty crazy. But the thing I found most interesting was that they had there was a communication there from somebody at the White Hole station wondering if other researchers at the high energy research lab, that's the one, on Ember Twin. Hold on, let me just bring this in here. They were wondering if the people at the energy lab could create enough energy to enable a 22-minute causality break. So, right, people were showing up 1/100,000th of a second before they left the portal. What the Nomai found was that if you put more energy into the equation, it actually increases the amount of time, the amount of causality disruption. So you could get potentially, you could arrive in your destination 1 second before you leave your other destination. But what the Nomai on Ash Twin were looking for was a way to create a 22-minute difference. Why? We have no idea. We really just have no freaking clue why that might be the case from what I've seen so far. So, my mission today is to try to figure out something about that. Why were they trying to create a 22-minute time loop? Why were they trying to have people arrive exactly 22 minutes before they left? I'm struggling to find the words because this is a pretty damn crazy concept. The reason that number is interesting is because our solar system will be destroyed about, let's see, checking the timer here, about 2.5 minutes from now. Or, I'm sorry, 20 minutes from now. So, every time we wake up, we're 22 minutes from the end of our solar system. From the end of a lot more than that when this star goes supernova. So, I mean, the extremely obvious question is, what does this 22 minutes have to do with something? Were the aliens somehow aware of this 22-minute time loop? Well, what's the importance of this? Does that mean that before this game started, I was somehow blasted into this loop and I'm stuck here until I find out what's going on? Until I find out a way out of this? Yeah, there's the White Hole now. White Hole Station, site of development of warp technology for the Nomai. Redevelopment of warp technology. So, you may be wondering why I'm standing here on this world of pure sand talking about this stuff. And the answer is that there is potentially answers here. I wonder if I'm safe under my ship. I sure hope so. I hope my ship doesn't get launched. My ship is getting launched. Okay, so let's put her down somewhere other than right where this giant column of sand is rising. Because that thing just travels around the equator. So I think if we come on down somewhere else, we should be fine here. Yeah, let's hop out. And as we know, we just gotta wait here on this planet, right around the equator, for the sand level to drop enough. Soon enough, the towers here will be revealed, and these towers teleport you to every body in the system. We don't know about the Phantom Moon. I'm not sure if that's included in this teleport system, but from one of my previous playthroughs, I think I ended up warped into the center of Ash Twin here. And the center of Ash Twin is where this research was really being conducted, or potentially where some of the solutions were discovered. The Nomai did not know of a way to produce enough power to create a 22-minute causality break. And in response, they built the Ash Twin project, which occupies the core of this planet I'm on now. I want to get back in there, because in there's a lot of information. Last time I happened to find it close to the end of one of the cycles, and that wasn't good enough. I didn't have enough time to read what I had to read. I was still pretty staggered by what I was seeing. I found a couple of Nomai mask statues, 3 of them in fact, and they had notations relating them to some sort of observation device that was present on other planets. You know, they said, oh, there's one on Timber Hearth, there's one at White Tower Station, I don't remember exactly, maybe one at Giant's Deep, I think. And God, that's so cool. The planets in this game are so insanely unique. I love it. And so somehow these Nomai masks were sent as a way to monitor something. We don't know what they were trying to monitor, but soon enough these towers are going to be revealed here. We might be able to do a little more explaining. There was also a lot more notations. There's at least another like 6 walls of Nomai conversations with more information regarding hopefully what the Ash Twin project actually was, what they were trying to do here. And there, you just saw it go over the limb of the sun. We'll catch it on its next orbit here soon enough, is the solar station, which was proposed as an idea to generate enough power. It's supposedly some sort of power station. So we need more information about that too. We'll be going there soon enough. As you can see, the sand here on Ash Twin is dropping as it funnels over to Ember Twin. And hopefully this is on the top of a tower or something. Hey, look at that. Managed to stop right on top of one of these bad boys. Pretty cool. I hope the sand comes down enough that I can find some shelter before that giant column of rising sand rolls back around. Ooh, here it comes. So I wish I had a better grasp on which of these towers was which, but I think I know which one is the Twins Tower. It has 2 towers. One of them has a big groove running along it, much like Ember Twin here. And so, if I remember correctly from the last video, there are 2 towers, one for each of the twins, like on the left and right side of the equatorial bridge here. And if one leads to the Ember Twin, hopefully the other leads to the Ash Twin and will take us down into the project. Because we know it's sealed off physically. We've read about that a couple times. Just wait and see what we can see. I'm assuming the other towers are also barely visible, but 3 minutes of oxygen. Shit, this thing doesn't produce any oxygen, huh? It's one of those types of plants. I also don't want to use up a huge amount of my fuel, but I'll use some just to get around here a little faster. The towers are kind of supposed to represent the world they're from, but I haven't entirely figured out the rhyme or reason to that yet. Ah, this is the Timber Hearth one. What? Oh, I really thought there was glass across the top of these things. That's crazy. Oh well, at least I found some oxygen, and we can just wait a quick second for the bridge to appear. What is this? What's happening? I can't move right now. Okay, and I'm back. That was really weird. There was a moment where I lost control of my character. Alright, we'll wait for this to go over one more time. All this sand flowing over to the other planet. Apparently it trades back and forth given enough time. Alright, off we go. So yeah, I think this is the tower for the twins. We've got one with a split in it and one without, although this tower is broken. I'm almost certain that we were able to get a teleport off this thing. Everything about it looks like it's working. I feel like if this was just a non-active teleport, there would be more signs. Besides some ruins. I mean, come on, these are all ruins, right? It does make it not super clear exactly where you're pointing. Is that there? Oh, that must be the right. Is that right? Yeah, that's the outer rock. So, I'm just kind of waiting here to see if I'll get teleported. Because I was pretty sure I got a teleport at some point. But we'll wait and orbit and just see what happens. Don't want to leave now because I might miss my window. There goes Ember Twin. Let's see, I haven't been in here during one of these. Oh, crap. That just pulls me up. Pulls me right out of there. Damn it. Now I'm in orbit with just my jetpack. This is not great. Alright, we're falling again. So, I think that was most of an orbit across, standing on this teleporter waiting for anything to happen. There's Whitehole Station going over. Can you help me out or what? Alright, and we'll wait here for this one. Here comes Ember Twin again, and we'll see if this does anything for us. That is when it happens. Ah, and it does send us to Ember Twin. Damn it. Whatever these towers are using has the same time difference, the same kind of causality loop that any of the other ones do. Oh, man, oh man. Okay, let me keep cruising around. We'll find this one. May not be the most gripping thing, but we will find where this teleport is. Because I know one of these towers had a symbol that I didn't quite expect. But I may have to actually go back and check a previous video to review my symbols. So this is Timber Hearth. So does that mean the next one around the planet's going to be Brittle Hollow? Let's find out. So what about this says Brittle Hollow? I'm not sure. I guess it does have kind of like collapsing cliffs. Right, and it's this upside down thing. So no, I do remember this from a previous video, and this one took me to, not Brittle Hollow, it took me to Giant's Deep. So, we're gonna keep cruising around, see what these other towers are looking like. This is one that I explored earlier. No, this was Giant's Deep. Alright. Let's see what this one was. It's probably going to be Brittle Hollow. Woo! Getting some speed up when you go against the planetary rotation. Let's see Wasn't that Brittle Hollow right there? Yeah. No teleport. Suppose it might take us out there to Dark Bramble as well. Or it might be the solar one, because I think I remember seeing something about that as well. It's not going to be Timberhearth, we know that much. Here we go, got a teleport. And where the hell are we? Holy crap. As always, so much to... Oh no. I'd rather be down there. Uh-oh. Well, I wasn't expecting that. So I have no idea where we are now, even what world we're on. Just had a little graphical glitch there. May have had to edit that out. We'll see. No other scrolls. Extremely close. Yes, there is. And let's see, we're coming up on about 20 minutes in this playthrough, so not too much longer. Solution 2, we could craft a new advanced warp core inspired by the vessel's warp core. That's the ship that the Nomai arrived here on, that they had to jettison from. Ueno says, the greatest challenge here, I think, is that we don't have the design for such a powerful core, or any of the original crafters of the vessel's core. Clary, no, but Poke was apprenticed to Inanna, who created the original design, and our Black Hole Forge is adept at crafting similar cores. Huh, so Inanna crafted the vessel. The Black Hole Forge, another reference to that, which is something I still haven't figured out the location of. I believe I can be of use here. The vessel's warp core was created before my time, but Inanna explained many of the designs to me. Spire responds, abandoning the vessel's warp core and its casing means losing valuable knowledge. Midis, that's a new Nomai. This is true, however, it's knowledge we have little hope of recovering. I think it would be best to relearn, I think. Poke says, I would very much like to craft such a powerful core. More relevantly, I believe the Black Hole Forge crew and I could recreate the basic design. Idea says, this is the safest path for our clan. Avens, is the safest path the best one? Our goal is worth the risk. Cassava says, is it though? We've tried for so long to find something that I and others now believe might be impossible to find. If the search for the eye is a futile one, we should choose an option with the least potential for harm. So Cassava is losing some faith in the project. And from what I remember, she was one of the elders. Ah, we're on Brittle Hollow. We're in the Hanging City. We're in the Hanging City on Brittle Hollow. Huh. Something I never found my way to on the planet itself. Solution 1. What was the problem again? Getting an extremely powerful, highly advanced warp core. We could retrieve the warp core from the vessel itself. This would require a return to Dark Bramble. Plume, my father, said many a good Nomai perish there. Okay, I just gotta make some quick notes here. Phlox, and Plume is his father. I think we have Plume already. Yes, they were located on Brittle Hollow. Phlox's father. So that makes sense that Phlox would be writing notes here. My mentor Coleus and his old mentor once discovered and studied an anglerfish fossil on Ember Twin. Using that knowledge, we could avoid the anglerfish entirely. Okay, so Psycad is the mentee to Coleus, who we've also heard from. And his old mentor once discovered and studied an anglerfish fossil. Yeah, I've been there. Interesting. There's going to be more I need to look at it with that anglerfish. Coleus, what Mellorai and I learned from that fossil could theoretically help us evade the anglerfish, but our hypothesis was never tested on a live specimen. Evade the anglerfish. We know from the observatory way back on Timberhearth that there are anglerfish found on giants deep, and also that there's some horrors that live in the depths there, protected by currents. What Mellorai and I learned from that fossil would theoretically help us evade the anglerfish, but our hypothesis was never tested on a live specimen. Raimi, the vessel's warp core is broken. At best, recall those present when the vessel crashed said it sustained lethal injuries. There's no guaranteed reward for this risk. Kanoi says, perhaps we could still repair it. My grandmother told me there was little time to assess the nature or extent of the damage. Kanoi is one of the young ones. Cassava, even if it no longer functions, the old core could be a valuable blueprint, provided we're able to transport it back here. And Raimi, I remember that anglerfish fossil. We used to play in Fossil Fish Cave when we were children. Huh, so Raimi's another young one. Well, brief look in here at the Hanging City. Unfortunately, we're running out of time rather quickly. No more scrolls here. Black Hole Forge. Of course the Black Hole Forge is here at the Black Hole on Brittle Hollow. I'd never heard it linked up, but I suppose it's the only black hole I've found so far. So maybe the Forge is part of the Hanging City here. We're losing this planet pretty quick, though. I just want to check a couple more houses here before everything goes. Ooh, don't fall off the edge there. Skeletons piled up on the table. Oh boy, here goes the sun. Ghost matter detected below us. And above us, nothing but cataclysm. A lot of this area blocked off by ghost matter. And there we go. Wow. Okay. So, we wasted a lot of time. I'm going to have to cut that down quite a bit. Quite a lot of standing around on Ash Twin. But I'll do that. And then we found our way to Brittle Hollow. Very interesting. And to the Hanging City, which is a place I'd never managed to get to before. It seems to be vast. At least as vast as the Sunless City. Pause this up. At least as vast as the Sunless City on Ash Twin, or on Ember Twin. So there's a lot more to see there. And the Nomai that we're reading about, we're discussing a way to further the Ash Twin project. An extremely high energy experiment related to time. Well, we'll find out more about that next time. I plan on making my way back to the Ash Twin and to keep exploring those towers. There's a lot more to see there, I am sure. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.